the pleasure
Have a great match. You may lag for break.
of refereeing this final. Here we go. Nearest the top rail will go first.
One thing Shane has not been great at this week is the lag. As a matter of fact, that's a good sign, Carl. He's struggled a little bit out of the gate with the one in the last couple of matches, so this is big with a shot on the two.
Yeah, cue ball's on the rail, but he's got a nice angle. So he's got something to work with here.
Yeah, does he just cinch it and come right of the four here? You can play the four in the lower left or in the left side. Yeah, like so.
Yeah, that's kind of ideal now. He can go forward. If he has to use the left long rail, he will. Very good at that shot. The stun run through just means you can put a cleaner strike on the cue ball. Cue ball stops and then moves forward. He's ideal here.
I heard a little thud in the last two shots. Maybe it has something to do with his stroke or the humidity in the room. He didn't want to get thin on the 7, meaning he's a little flat on the 6, so he's got some work to do.
Yeah, he definitely had that vibe of a bit of a skid, didn't it? He's okay, though. Go forward, I think. Yeah, 2 rails.
Yeah, you just don't want to get thin here, do you, Carl? He's got to be able to pull back and beat the left side pocket. I think he can.
Yeah, that's the danger. What Scott's saying, it's when you draw the cue ball back, does it bring that big pocket in? He's down pretty quick, but he's back up. It's going near the left centre, this.
Yeah, and I think the room itself and the humidity, the moisture, so anytime you're striking down on the cue ball and you know the room is soaking wet or you know the humidity's happening, it tends to play a little bit of a trick in the back of your mind. So he's got to put a real good swing on this.
Cue ball needs to settle down. Well, if he'd have found the rail, he'd have been in a little bit of trouble. Now he can swing the cue ball around the 9, play for the 9 in the right corner pocket. He got a lot out of the cue ball there, though, on the 7. He got it zipping back. He was nowhere near the side. Cued it beautifully. This is for a break and run. Got the 9 ball moving. If it keeps going, he might have some sort of 2-9. Well, he doesn't, but he's got a look at the blue 2.
Yeah, Carl, he's really picked the speed up on the break shot.
Doesn't look like it goes past the 8, does it, Scott? So he's got to probably shoot it up into the far left corner, you would think. He's got a bit of an angle.
Yeah, so what? You've got to kind of, as Jeremy would say, thump this, right? And just get off the right long rail with the cue ball. Could he pound back above the 3, too? He's the type of player that would do that.
Did he just get into it a bit much, or does it sneak past the 8 ball?
Yeah, Carl, I think you're right. I think he actually dug into it just a little bit more than he wanted. Just doesn't look like the 3 passes the 8.
I think he goes off the top jaw
Attention called.
of the side. I think he has been eyeing that up, Scott.
think the corner pocket would be a little, yeah, now looking to elevate to the corner. So is he tucking down 1-2? I misread, and you're exactly right, Carl.
Yeah, we're looking at the 3-ball. I wanted to see where it hit, and watch where it hit here. Look at the replay. You can just see it off that top jaw of the side, and he hit it absolutely perfect. And let me tell you, that's not easy to do. These guys are so used to aiming at the middle of the hole.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5-9 combination in game number 2.
Yeah, and this combo is made easier the straighter you land on it. Eyeing down the barrel. Watch out, cue ball. It was tracking. He's got another look at the blue too. He's on for a 3-pack here.
Yeah, and he caught a big scratch in the upper left last set like this. So to avoid the corner, it's got to feel good to him. To get a look, has to feel even better. He's been getting looks now, and he has picked up a little bit of pace on the break. Really, Carl, this is all about getting on the 4. Obviously, he's got to get the 2 down, but if he gets good on the 4, everything looks nice.
It's one of them. Can he hold it by cinching it? Looks to have a steep angle, so he might power this in off one of the rails. Yeah, he had a big angle, so it's just better. Better for the player to use a rail there. Still got a bit of work to do here, by the way.
Yeah, he's got a lot of room to work with, though. I think anywhere out in the center even works. I was initially thinking the right side of the table, just naturally 2 rails down.
We've not seen this at all this week. He's put the extension on the cue.
Yeah, it creates a little bit more power through the cue ball. Not that he needs it, and I think that's the biggest key that he's recognized this week without the extension, is that he gains so much power with the regular cue.
There's nobody better in the world over the years than this type of shot for me than Shane. He has the ability to pound the ball into the pocket at pace and control the cue ball. Like so.
Yeah, you just can't hit it any better. I mean, you're exactly right, Carl. I don't think anybody amps up at that shot better than SVB. Yeah, a little raise maybe, or excuse me, drop of the back elbow, right? You could see kind of like the hitch right there. Is this too thin?
It's not going to be easy to reach. If he can reach it, I think he can make it. Good play safe.
Yeah, he's chipping the right side of it, Carl. So, I mean, he had the whole left side of the table to drag up on. Speed looks good here.
Wonderful execution. Really was. Yapp's brought both cues to the table. That's the long one and the short one. Yeah, and you can't see any of the green 6, so it's either a kick or a jump.
Extension called.
Yeah, and it's awkward. If he's looking at going off the right-hand side rail near the middle, for instance, he's got to be careful. You can go around the back of this, hit it and scratch in the upper left. I believe you could scratch in the upper right going this way. This is dangerous.
Yeah, 100%. You could scratch either way, no doubt. You've got to catch it thick coming behind it, and the speed's got to get right. to bring the 6 all the way back down.
Trying to play the kick and stick. Oh, that's nice. That's really good. It's actually a little bit unlucky, Scott. If he misses the side, probably goes safe. And Shane appreciated the effort. He tapped the table with his cue.
Yeah, he hit it absolutely perfect, right? These guys try to either luck the 6 in the side or get the distance. He caught the point. He hit it so good. But look at the cue ball's finish. I don't even know. Does Shane take this on?
Shane, he's having a look. That must mean he can see the 6 ball. He's looking to see if he's left the potting angle.
Can you see it, Carl? He can see a piece of it at least, probably, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see a piece of it. I think he's playing safe. He's going to like twice across, try and get the cue ball down, and use the 9 and the 7. Tidy effort, this. It's a really good shot.
Is there a gap?
From YAPP.
I tell you what, nobody was really better with the full cue jump as well, and I think that's what he's got. Might just be a sliver of the 9, if not really flat here on the 6.
Look how close 6 is here.
You could tell he actually felt really good about it, right? The way he hit it. He wasn't off by much. First look at YAPP.
Possible combo on here. 7-9. This shot will tell us that's what he's playing for. If not, under hit it a little bit. He's very good at this shot though, getting a lot out of the cue ball.
Yeah, and that shot he just played was always a scary play for me because of the right side pocket, but YAPP seems to be so good at it. All right. Barring any miracle, YAPP going to get on the board.
Smooth. Oh, that'd have been harsh. You won't care now. It's all about the cue ball staying dry, and he's got to look at the blue 2 here.
Yeah, we've seen that ball double kiss in the corner, and that would have been harsh. He's got a clear look, right?
Yeah, I believe he has, and he can play this with a bit of an angle and try and get back out in between red and the 8 ball.
Now he's so aware of not catching that ball too thick. The speed on the cue ball there, much more difficult than he made it look. Yeah, and he's going to be aware here. You just don't want to get too thin on the 4 involving the left side pocket, so he wants to get over quite a bit.
Attention called.
Yeah, right-handed player, this is no issue. This is a lefty. You can see the long bridge. He's got the extension on the back of the cue. That'll do. Let's come over enough. Just going to pull the cue ball back over towards the left. This is 9 ball in a nutshell. You do these shots a lot from side to side, leaving yourself an angle.
Oh, looky here, Carl. He pinched it, right? You can't do that here.
Yeah, I was looking at where he puts his cue on the table. I wasn't even thinking we were going to miss. Where did the 4 hit here?
Caught it on the inside. Yeah, just a tick of the inside of the rail.
How difficult is
Attention
this
call.
shot, though? It's got the jump cue.
Yeah, I think he's a huge dog to get on the 6, and he knows it. He'll be thrilled just to get this down with some type of tactical look on the 6. Bonus for position. A bonus for position. And look at this. Dressed up, Carl. 6-9 combination.
Yeah, listen. I live by the rule book of forget about the look. You had your chance, Yap. You look. Two balls found the centre of the top rail.
Yeah, it actually caught the knuckle of the left side pocket, and that's what kind of killed its pace. I think it would have finished up higher, out towards the center. And he does have a lot of options here. I think the red 3 looks like he's gearing up for something else. I think you've got to use the 3 here, right? And that's confidence right there. Tucking him real tight on the 3.
It's a shot that we see come up time and time again. You could have that one in the locker.
Yeah, that shot's all really about just trusting the line of the cue ball. You put a little right-hand spin on it, and it really takes the natural line. Oh, what a fabulous hit. He was just a fraction off from actually making that. Shane quickly down. Yeah, I was going to say he's probably going to get off this ball. Is the 9 bothering him a little bit? I guess this is the shot that he knows he needs to bury. And we just saw Yap miss something similar, right? Catching it a touch thick.
Yeah, because of where the pink 4 is, he didn't need to go crazy with the cue ball. Just leave yourself a poke on the red 3. Purple 5 goes. It's next to the green 6. This could be over.
Yeah, I really like the way he played the 2. He played it to the wide side of the pocket. No chance of that ball holding up.
Don't know if he can hold it, or does he have to go forward with high left? Yeah, watch the cue ball check up. Perfecto.
Yeah, he's looking short side. I don't know if that's what he will end up doing. The 6 to the lower right. I think it's a little easier to the 7 from out towards the center, but we'll see what he does. Yeah, that's what made sense.
Yeah, he slammed his chalks. He wanted an angle. He wanted to play the 7 in the same hole. Now if he has to go forward, he's got to be careful with the 8 ball. Just wants a cue ball on the back rail, really. Yeah, that would do. Not sure how much of an angle that actually is. You may see him stun up into the 9 here. He doesn't have to go crazy, though, onto the right. You can afford to go to the left at a good pace. Still have a shot.
Yeah, it's one, though, that can make you a little apprehensive, right? You know you've got to catch a piece of 9. Oftentimes the back arm just tends to seize up on you just a bit here. Yeah, like so. Now he's thin on the 8.
What amazed me is how hard he played it. I thought he'd have played it a little more delicate.
Yeah, the same shot onto the 6, Carl, right? He amped way up, way overran his mark.
Just love the way he's approaching each shot, though. You can see he's giving it his all. Cue ball's going around the world. That's not bad. It's going to be a bit of distance. The old mid-ranger.
Yeah, he just looks ready for this. He has since day 1.
Cue, making sure he's holding it the same way he always holds the cue stick.
I feel like he let up there just a bit, right? The speed wasn't quite on. The 9 didn't move. Everything looked okay. Just maybe a little power or timing issue there.
Yapp will go at this ball. He'll try and chip the extreme edge to lay the hook.
Yeah, like Carl said, he's going to probably try to clip the right side of this 1. The problem is if you catch it at all thick, I think the cue ball swallows up into the top right. He's looking at rail first into it. Any way you slice this, super tricky. Might even consider pushing from this position. It's so tricky. Unless you really think you can beat the scratch going into the 1 first.
Push out called.
Yeah, he doesn't like it, so he's decided to play
Buying your option.
the push. Puts him straight back.
Yeah, so he's going to take on the rail first, I think, Carl. I don't know, unless you think he can get 2 rails behind this. But the problem with the rail first, to me, it just looks like it could scratch still.
Yeah, he's going rail first, trying to hit the right side. Use the blue and the green to lay the hook.
Si tienes un negocio que está bien chido, haz que todo el mundo lo vea en Instagram.
Hit it a little bit too thick, that was all. He could be in jail in a few moments' time.
Yeah, is he looking to level out with like a right cue ball?
Tension call.
Go to the top rail, then the left long rail, and back below the 2 and 6? Maybe use the 4 and 9 as well, Carl?
I think he's trying to get the cue ball behind the 8.
Yeah, I think he changed his mind. Oh, it goes. How about that?
Oh, wow. As if he could pop that ball. Oh, he's been unfortunate here. He took a gamble. He does that a lot. Kind of don't mind it. Sometimes you just got to make the ball and hope it's your day. And sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't.
It's using the bridge to jump this in. Well, he needs some trickery here.
It's not a shot that comes up often. That's why it's a low percentage shot, just because the pros don't really do it that often.
Yeah, this is one of the prettiest shots in pool if it's hit clean. He's so smooth. Where's the next pocket, Carl, for the 4?
Well, there's not many it can go in. Got to just try and get on the right hand side, hasn't he? Left centre, left corner. Can he come just before the middle, or is he going just after? Does it go past the brown 7, actually? Yes, it does, unless he's under-hit it. Is he playing the combo? I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, we were fooled, or at least I was on that 1 ball way earlier, or the 2. So I don't know. Must go. Yeah, the combo's okay, too.
Has he just landed a little bit awkward on this ball?
Yeah, a lot of bit awkward, maybe. Yeah, so awkward, in fact, that he's looking at trickling down to the short side of the 5. This can get funny. He needs to get through this ball. A lot of times it's easy to let up, end up way too steep on the 5. It almost looks like from here, though, Carl, you can pound it and get out. Yeah, that's really about perfect. Maybe stopped another rotation, but he'll be just fine here. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. I think he can go forward through the 8 and 9 if he needs to.
Okay. Not happy with that one.
Yeah, he's acted like he threw his hand up. He's acted like he snookered himself.
Doesn't look like he can pot it.
Is he trying to slow swerve around the 9? Yeah.
Reminded me of the Moscone Cup that in 2010. Dennis Hatch did a similar thing against Darren Appleton. Tried the same shot. Tried to swerve it round and pop the 8. He missed it. And it was a big point in the cup.
All right. Is he just pounding forward here or just drifting this in? He likes it.
In the middle. This could be a big steal, this one. Got the balls moving. That was hit with some power.
He's the type of player that really likes to run with the momentum. If he feels anything aggressive here, like a cross side or chipping it to the lower right, he might take it on because he really wants to punish YAPP for the mistake he made last rack.
Wants to attack. He was looking at the attack.
Yeah, it's thin. I think the cue ball is going to be steaming. Yeah, I kind of touched on it, right, Carl? Sometimes he tries to push the issue, but listen, that's what makes him who he is. Whereas one Feder Gorst, I personally believe Feder's going to cinch somebody up right there and play the percentages. Shane plays the momentum.
Well, the same boxing styles make fights.
Yeah, it just doesn't always go your way. YAPP was drooling for that opportunity. Is this funny? Does he have to reach now? Is he forced to go 3? Oh boy, and he's going to use the bridge, so this could get funny. Might be able to pull back or hold it, but now he's going to be steep on the 6.
Extension called.
He's leveled out. Is he going 3 rails here? No, it's as good as you could do from there.
Yeah, with the bridge as well. Not scared of that gadget.
Yeah, if you're SVB at this level, you can't afford to take too many opportunities or too many gambles at a thin swing like that. This guy will punish you.
Where's the blue 2 gonna finish? We nearly had a golden. Yet to have one in the final.
Yeah, Shane almost got punished for the gamble he took on the 2. The 9's so close there. Does he have the corner in the upper right? I think he can smooth it in. I think it's just right.
Yeah, if the 2's going to go past the 9, it's going to go off the rail.
A little pressure taken off this shot though, right, Carl? Because you can kind of naturally tuck behind the 8. Obviously, you still got to hit it pure. And that he didn't do, so he was coming back behind the 3 all along.
Looks like he got there. Fair enough, it's not touching the 3. But I think he's cut some of it off. I don't know if Shane can swerve around it a little bit. Well, he's gone back for the jump cue, you know. Brought the short cue. He's going over the edge of the ball.
Looks like he's got a lot of ball to get over here. So is he kicking behind it as well to eliminate some of the 3 that he has to get over?
Like a kick and stick jump just to get some distance.
Foul.
Well, we know he hit the blue 2, but obviously something has moved down here. John Lehman was right on top of it. Here's a look.
Foul.
Oh, just moved the red 3 ball.
Yeah, was it with the cue ball or the cue tip?
Extension.
Yeah, answers on a postcard. I have no clue.
Yeah. Yap likes to do that. He likes to use the cue ball to go forward with the high ball. Can't blame him in that position. He'll never find himself on the rail that way. Now he's still got to do some work because of the green 6. I think he's got to draw out 2 rails here unless he wants to just take a little longer look.
Looks good, this. Yap is eyeing up a mini comeback here.
Yeah, just wants to get past the 8 here and hold. That's going to be perfect. He's going to punish Shane for taking a whack at the 2 ball.
Yeah, what's the punishment going to be? Sometimes it costs you 1 rack, it can cost you 3 racks. Sometimes it doesn't cost you anything. At the minute, you would think it's going to cost him 2.
Yeah, did he fall on that drop-down angle that nobody likes playing this game? Forced to draw back here. Be thrilled to be right where he's at now.
Passed the test there. He's back in ideal position here. Same again, angle on the 8 ball. That just means you can get back over for the 9, make the 9 unmissable. The purple 5 going to help SVB.
Yeah, really fortunate there for Shane. I can tell you that much because Yap had other plans. Where do you go here? Well, he's looking or evaluating it to push out to jump the 2. Problem is, when you're facing a guy like Shane Van Boening, there's really nowhere safe. Yeah, the lower right side of the table he's a little concerned about because you see the cover that's potentially there with the 7 and the 5. Is he just going to take the jump on? There might be value to it instead of giving it to Shane.
Extension called.
He's going.
Can't really blame him, though. Like, where are you going to go otherwise? I don't know. There's a lot more distance now between the 5 and the cue ball than I thought at first.
Yeah, keeping the balls on the table could be an issue. Okay. Wasn't the worst of an effort. He got close to the pot. Shane's back out the chair.
ways to play, right? He took a chance, got away with it, but I didn't mind his play there if he felt good at getting over the 2. Is he trying to get down below the 8 here, Carl?
That's the plan. He knows the 9's there as well. And also, usage of the purple ball. The purple ball was important there because if it just creeps out, you know YAPP's flying through the air again.
Yeah, if you have the upper left corner once again, if you catch the 2 wrong, it's available for the cue ball. Especially if you're just leveled out.
Hit this good. Hit it as full as you can. Is it going to sneak in behind the pink?
Stop just in time, I believe.
Yeah, you can definitely pop this ball, Scott. We're kind of sat right behind it, as in the actual table, and looks to me like he can get through. We'll avoid the 8 though.
Yeah, and the 6, right? So if you avoid the 6, do you hit the 8? It's just got to avoid them both. Couldn't have laid much better for him there.
Familiar sight of when Shane chokes his cue. He even does that unique. Ooh.
Yeah, he's got away with this bump. I think, Carl, he can land between the 8 and 9 anywhere on the right side.
Yeah, he got into that, didn't he? He was trying to miss it and play for it in the centre. He must feel this is a big rack.
Tension called.
Yeah, fortunate in the end where he just had a natural angle, could just play into the gap. So back where he needs to be. Needs to play a good shot here. Wants to land right on the round 7. It's not great.
No, now he's either got to pound around or draw out. It's probably going to be the pound, but boy, you can really turn this into a mess if you don't hit it good. Going forward, want to catch the meat of the pocket here. Yeah, this is the problem.
Jeremy often talks about the short side, the little, where the gap is on the right hand side of there. Could he drawn the cue ball over to that side?
Yeah, I think he was a little thin to get back to that side of the 8. I was looking at that as well, Carl.
Playing off the edge here. Playing safe. Oh, he's gone for it. And I tell you what, this is YAPP's shot of the match. How did he hit it?
Yeah, what a smooth criminal there. My goodness gracious, what a hit.
I thought he was ducking. Two ball. He's going to dress up. This could be big punishment coming up here. for his opponent.
Yeah, and I feel like he hit him a little firmer than he did last rack. He's getting better spreads, in my opinion, too, Carl. Definitely not hitting him real hard. Nothing like Shane is.
Needs to get this shot right. You can see there with the camera angle. He does have an angle. He can go forward off the rail and back out. He just needs to decide where he wants the cue ball for his next shot. Okay, he's coming over. Got to find some gaps here to get on the pink ball.
Yeah, the 5 looks like a big ball here. So he's either going to come above it or below it. I think I like below it, but we'll see what he does. Well, he's coming above it because the 9 isn't as big.
Yeah, come back out to middle of the table. Can he draw straight back? Is he okay? Doesn't want to be on the rail and needs an angle on this green ball. Doesn't want to be on the rail. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got a bit of action here now in this rack.
Yeah, it changes everything, right? Just a little touchy, that shot there. It's easy to either underhit it or overhit it because in the back of your mind, you know you have to land in really just a short space.
Yeah, now he's got a decision to make. Does he draw back for the angle or does he go forward for the angle?
Yeah, I like that, Carlo, drawing back.
Attention called.
I think he's better off being where he is right now and even further down, which is more natural to the 8 than going forward.
Yeah, look where the green ball is there. You could see if he left the cue ball there, he would be too straight on the 7. Well, he managed to pinch a bit.
Yeah, and he's got the side pocket that he can use now to get into the cue ball even more. You can't really do any better from there.
Yeah, even to pull that shot off, it's not easy. Done well. This is just like Shane's semi. Shane was 5-1 down. YAPP was 5-1 down.
Yeah, Carl, I actually believe Shane was 5-0 down. But it's still the same thing. Now YAPP about to tie it up.
It's going close. It's going close.
Yeah, look at the spreads though, right? He's getting looks. I feel like there's just a little more consistency in the break shot from YAPP. Listen, I feel like he got into that more too. Look at the 9. Threatened the side pocket for sure. This is pretty natural to the 3, Carl. Get all the way over to the right here. Yeah, a little funny now. That's how it's a real problem.
Yeah, he's okay. May be able to hold it. If not, he might have to go up and down.
You just didn't want to get too thin on the 6. Up and down, just about nearly missed that ball. Just got there with the cue ball though. Still a little thin, but I think he can beat the right side if he needs to. Might just stay above it. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, what is really going on? SVB with a 5-1 lead.
Attention called.
About to be a new leader in the clubhouse for sure. This is a shot that YAPP's great at. Really knows where the cue ball's going to this right long rail. Never seems to be worried about the side pocket.
Extension.
Couple of balls away over the pocket from his first lead in the final. There it is. Cue ball. Wow. Nearly scratched. But just look at where the blue 2 was finished. He's got a look here.
Yeah, it was off the black 8 right there. Carl, pretty natural to the 3, right? Just bury the 2. Obviously, the pocket hampering him a little bit, but all he's got to do is get to the top rail and out. It's no way to hold this. It's all about this shot right here, and that is it. Can't strike it any cleaner, Carl.
Yeah, cue balls come off one rail, landed perfect. On the red 3, pink 4 will go down the rail. 6 is over the hole, they're all there. Yeah, just knock this in. Roll the green 6 in. Thought he'd just played a stop shot there. Straight back. Again, looks like the cue ball's going to go forward now.
Yeah, it was a little odd. He could have just stopped it and been on the other side of the 6, so that didn't quite make a lot of sense to me.
Extension.
Attention called.
Is he forced to come to the bottom rail now? I mean, the 6 is literally in the jaw.
Yeah, that was my initial thought. So, in fact, I didn't really give it any thought. Just thought he was going to stop the cue ball. Especially if he wants to get closer to the 7. Oh, is he just pulling it out a bit to the left? Okay.
He's obviously got a couple options here. He could come 3 rails, but he likes to play that 2 rail back and forth. All right, he's coming 3. This can be missable.
Needs to go. It got there. It went. It did go.
Yeah, and he could have stayed out towards the center of the table there, so he's feeling pretty good.
You know, probably the most important.
Jeremy, we go into the comms position and immediately there's a you-know-what.
Well, I wouldn't say that just yet, but the 4-5's a little funny, but this is what I'm talking about. When he gets looks, we talk about on the 4-inch pockets a lot. It's the guys that get out when they're open, and then, you know, the real special guys get out when they're tricky as well, and he's one of those guys that do both at a high rate. Interested to see what he does with the pink 4. He's got options the way the 3 lays. He's got such good touch as well. Probably something that's, I think, overlooked with YAPP.
Unbeaten in the tournament coming into this final match. His 9th contest of the week.
Yeah, he's going to hold that angle there, and he's got really 2 pockets, I think. The right middle and the upper right corner. Come off this with some left English, maybe a hair stun or draw, whichever he prefers. Could get a little bump on the pink. And it won't be screaming around the table. It'll have a lot of control. It doesn't want a big mistake.
Well, as soon as the balls came to rest, I was very optimistic about him clearing. Jeremy Jones sounded a note of caution with the awkwardness of 4 and 5, and he was absolutely on the button.
Yeah, and we see it fall in the 50s so often, a couple inches less. He's got the upper right, a couple inches more. He's probably got a combo he's okay with. This is touchy, though. Guess he's just going to bank it away and tuck him underneath the brown. Watch out for the 4 catching the 6, though, and slowing things down. So and this is where that touch I was talking about. All right, he's going forward behind the purple, so this could sell out. And he hit it beautifully.
It's been a while for Van Boening to get back to the table, and he's not faced with anything appetizing.
Shane takes these challenges serious, though, with these kicks. Really wants to see something he likes. I like the 2-rail escape here. I mean, I think that's what he's looking at. Short rail and then the right long rail. Should be able to get some speed on it. Balls out in the center of the table that can certainly help you. This is okay. I like the other better. 1 rail's all right as well.
Contact was imperative. It was contact, but not the way he intended. And what's more, he found a cushion.
Yeah, 4 rails right by everything and just nips the pink. And he's got YAPP a little bit awkward here. I think he can cut it in and avoid the lower left corner. Now this is where you just want to stay steady. Easy to move on this.
Van Boening has gone in this match from being dominant for most of the tournament to being dominated.
Looks like he can use the right side of the pocket and just roll forward, have a natural angle on the 8. He's kind of down on the ball, so I guess drawing back. No, he could just stop. That'd be even sweeter. Quite the connection of the last, but still good enough to get the ball down and have a little bit of a look. Yeah, I caught that one a little thin, got kissed up table.
Can't help but think, Jeremy, what a difference a couple of weeks make. When he lost in Saudi Arabia in the World Championship, he was very down, as you well know. Now he could be experiencing a massive high.
Yeah, absolutely. And, losing a good buddy of his right before that event, and probably had a lot on his mind. And wanted more out of that World Championships, but he's shown us a tremendous amount here in Florida.
Yes, he was very close to Chang Junlin, who passed away during a tournament in Indonesia before the Saudi event.
Using the purple, I think. Oh, that's just putting in the time right there. Nothing but talent. Little vision, of course, but a lot of talent there and a lot of practice. Shane's going to be hard-pressed to find a real good way at this. He could go between the 5 and 3 off the bottom cushion. We're going to look at that. I think the one he'll end up taking maybe is the bottom cushion, the right side cushion, and then underneath. Well, if you can't get much speed on this kick here, he's got to kind of swerve this or something, or allow it to take. Like him maybe, yeah, that's the route I think he's going to take right here. Go bottom cushion, right side cushion, and then from underneath off the top rail.
Van Boening, though, getting no quality table time whatsoever, is he?
No, YAPP hitting on all cylinders at the moment. I like him to hit this, though, just past the side. He's not going to get a cushion, so.
Foul, no rail.
Probably leaves a shot, you know, if he had caught more of the ball, but still just makes things a bit easier for YAPP.
Foul, no rail.
Now he can play a 2-6 combination with comfort, which makes sense because the 5's down on the bottom near the brown.
One of the hardest things in cue sports when you're on top is to stay there, sustain excellence. That's because immense concentration is required to keep potting balls, to keep dominating. But YAPP knows all about Shane Van Boening. He knows this match is far from won. Has to keep pegging away.
Yeah, I think that's where that process and that practicing that process really keeps you engaged. You would know more about the snooker guys in that regard as far as, but pool definitely. You can see it with the best. All right, going through on this, but I'd probably rather been able to draw it. It still should be okay. just has such a good cue ball and making awesome decisions behind it. Really hard to get an unforced error out of him.
I remember Carl always making a point when Shane Van Boening missed that ambitious 2. He said, we don't know what it will cost him. It might not cost him anything. It might cost him a whole succession of...
Yeah, better connection that time. You could almost even hear it. The lefty's got a nice cut shot that naturally brings him towards the red 3. The way he's hitting the ball and the way this ball sits, even though you would label it missable, I really don't feel like it at the moment. Pocket plays a little more generous, the speed he's going to shoot it. Should come between the 5 and 9. Play the red 3 in the lower left. Carl, he had asked earlier, what's that number when you're worried about a match getting away, and I thought it was like 6-0 in those races to 11. You really start to worry, but or can. 10-5, I think is about the same here. He kind of let up on it a little bit. Just to let up a little bit. Caught it a hair heavy. Now Shane's going to have to earn it with the jump cue to get started anyways. Wonder if the 8's a hair in the way, Phil, to make things comfortable.
Yes, and the cue ball very close to the short rail as well.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got to go the right side of the 2 and needs some speed on it, of course, with the jump shot. Watch out for the side pocket where the purple's at with the cue ball. He'll take it. At least try to get control and see what happens.
Well, in terms of potting a ball, the rot is stopped.
Yeah, I wonder if he can comfortably bank the 3 by the 9 and kill the cue ball underneath the 7. I don't know if the slick table really agrees with that. He may just have to float it.
Attention, Paul.
This is trickier than it looks, I think. I'm glad he's taking the time. I think it's easy to overlook one. I think go ahead and try and bury him here. He's going to tuck it away and bank the 3 up table. Probably pretty smart here. Yeah, make him earn it. He's going to cover up the jump somewhat with the 8 as well.
And without wishing to second guess, had he been a little more circumspect at the start of that 7th rack, things could have been a lot different.
Yeah, whenever he was in that 7th rack, I thought he might bank the 2 if he went offensive. I didn't realize the cut was that much available. I mean, he missed it, but obviously he liked it.
Attention called.
Is there a swerve here going to the left side rail? I mean, you could easily have a lot of good things, not only make it, but maybe bank the 3 back up. He's just trying to bump it using the 8. Good shot, containing shot. Really can't play the 3 in the side. I mean, you can't hit it hard enough to get position anyways, and you're not the favorite to make it.
Weak in both senses.
Yeah, I know he didn't want to move the 3 over the pocket because of the jump cue, and the kick is just, too much of an option. But this definitely goes now. Position on the 4. We'll see.
Foul.
Yeah, I thought he had to smooth it, kind of.
We've seen one turning point in the final, but because of the extended race to 13, you can have more than one turning
Shot clock,
point.
please.
Is this the second of them?
Shane went and had a peek at that combination, and if it laid dead, of course, go ahead and shoot it. But anything off, you need to knock these in and get started. Or restarted, rather.
Let's go.
He made a dreadful start in his semi-final against Chang Long. Got the verdict in the end.
Nice shot. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Is this the launch of a full-scale recovery?
Well, I say it all the time that, you know, this is the 15th game, and the closest you can be is 8-7. So the next step down, 9-6, not too bad, especially you're breaking the balls. Just pay attention to this one, whether you're going forward or backwards. Good stroke. It's going to be a little on top of it, but oh, that looked effortless. The three's going to come up. It's going to have a maybe the side, but that's not really much of a shot to shoot at. So he'll tack for the upper right corner. But tell you what, moving forward in this final, you can repeat that. 9-6 is no problem.
Yeah, still ample time to turn this around. And if you don't think you can have two switches in momentum in a match like this, think again. That last 16 contest between Jesus Atencio and John Morra had to be seen to be believed. Morra led 5-0, trailed 9-5, 1-10-9. So if you've had a big lead and it disappears, you can still pull the victory out of the fire.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to think them over and probably get to see the matches to figure out what was the craziest match of the week. If there's another one, that one's 1A or 1B. All right, just wants to float down, get the speed right. Doesn't want to be too heavy of an angle on the 6 either way. And that's perfect, and he's off the rail. Looks like he just elevates here a little bit. Maybe over. Maybe get a hair steeper, maybe on the 7. Should be 2 cushions out.
Yes, sir.
Wanted a little more than that. You can see a little grimace of the face. Kind of came up the rail a little more than I thought he would. I thought he'd maybe add a hair more spin, come in a little tighter. perfect speed there. A bunch of kisses. The three's going to come open, ironically making the 1 and 2 again. When you're taking a hair of speed off what he normally has done and you get dialed in with it as quick as he does, you can see he's getting the most out of what he's doing with that break shot. Another one, you don't have to baby too much. You can come on down with it. Looks like one cushion to the center-ish. Get a little angle on the 5 to come over for the 6. Then the hard work's pretty much done. That's pretty good. Thing about when the line's right, if you're right on the speed, you're perfect. If you go a little too much, you're not perfect with the angle, but you're a little closer to the ball. So that means you can make up for that with accuracy. Probably get into this, kill it a little bit. Could use 2 cushions, but doesn't have to.
Every pot being applauded. Shane Van Boening has captured 6 titles in 2025, but nothing approaching the magnitude of this.
Attention called.
Yeah, just a little light stun across. Moving the ball really easily, so doesn't need a ton here. Well, it's going to be a sweet kiss here. It's going to get him into position on the 2 again. And also the 3 has been really near or real accessible for that first shot. That makes a huge difference. Because once these guys get in line, Phil, you know as well as anyone that the percentage on the run out goes way up. Looks like it's going to be 2 rails with inside. He may kill the ball, I'm not sure. If he kills it, he's going to get a little bit of an angle on the 3. He goes with inside. It's all about speed. Is he going around the 6 or between the 3-6? Oh, he's killing it. That's what I was worried about, killing it a little bit. You're going to get a little thin on the 3. Maybe use the 9.
Now this is an easier shot, but it's in the same ballpark as the 2 he missed in the 7th rack. It is much easier than that, one has to stress. But it's to the same pocket, it's cutting back into a blind bag, and it's quite thin.
Yeah, and you just really have to say, all right, I'm going to forget about the cue ball. It's going into the 9. Just bear down on the make. Ooh, wobbled it in. Has choices here with the 6 so accessible. He could just hold, take a little long shot on the 5, or go forward. Don't think it's the draw stroke. No, it isn't.
Took a deep breath there, did Van Boening. He badly wants to prevail.
I know that cue ball's perfect, but he made that little light kind of run through stun look way easier than it was, especially when the pressure's on. It's a type of shot you can let up or miss hit the cue ball hair and get awfully funny on the 7.
A spectator there getting his vernacular mixed up. You're the man, boy, he said.
Let's go.
I caught it thin. He may get a roll here. He's going to be upset at himself, but may work out. Kind of laughed it off. Now, did this get up enough to bank at cross corner? I think it may have. Could easily drop him behind these balls on the bottom. So big decision. Do you want to let Yep out of the chair to maybe make a good kick shot on you or jump? I know he wants to bank at this, Phil, but you don't want to bank at it and really try to like play the cue ball to where you're losing accuracy on the bank. A couple different ways you want to bank at it in this situation. Maybe pulling the ball up the rail down below for the 3 in the left middle. Maybe a high ball with a little aggression going at the 9 with the cue ball.
Extension
It's
call.
not the type of bank you want to float, anything like that. Really didn't mind it, though. You know, he committed to it. You can see a little fist pump there like he really wanted that one.
Well, Yap should be thankful for small blessings. He's back at the table.
Yeah, and as much as anything, it was the break shot for SVB. Just caught that a
Extension
little
call.
thin. Tell you, this is touchy as well. Could come off the left side, trying to come 2 rails between the 8 and 4, and drop on the bottom rail. Place the 1 near the 6, maybe. He's good at that type of shot. got it way heavy. He's going to be very upset with this. Way more of a shot than he should have given up here. Even though it's not easy, but definitely playable.
Yapp left the table dejected. He returns to the table, suddenly optimistic. The chance he was craving.
Yeah, from where he was, he got absolutely perfect. Besides being a hair closer, especially with the nerves, you know they're still going. This is the angle you want to draw back into position for the pink. Yeah, probably just holds this maybe. He's not quite as straight as it appears on camera, but I think he can still hold it easily.
In this fast-paced world, in sports, sometimes there's a temptation to have everything over quickly. But so many sports show that when you have a lengthy test, not only do they identify great champions, but they also provide more entertainment.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, in the finals with many of our finalists throughout the last few years of the WNT, I mean, doesn't take much to swing these matches. So even these races to 13 is, just think about how limited the mistakes have been. Lots of breaking runs, lots of big streaks. I was going to say, got into that one a little bit. Just going to need a bridge or an extension or both.
As a former Singaporean national snooker champion, he looks entirely at home using the rest.
He's a little short of ideal. Probably just goes forward, though. Takes a little cut shot on the 9. Oh, he could stun over.
The crowd entranced by this match. Yes, the vast majority are supporting Shane van Boening, naturally, but they appreciate Yapp.
Two going to have enough speed. Gets in this position quite often. Anywhere over at all to the right, he's cutting at this 2 ball, I believe, but there's a safety behind the brown that's pretty doable. A lot of times, though, when this ball's up like this, these players really want to contemplate cutting at this ball and what can they do with it. Looks like to me if he cuts it, he kind of just has to go maybe at the 9, at the pink with a little inside maybe. Don't think he can get around the 6. I think he's shooting at it, Phil. So that tells me if he cues it with right spin, that means he can get around the 6, maybe a backdoor safety.
It is the age-old tendency under pressure on a shot like that to undercut.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a great effort, though, and he wanted to stay aggressive, keep it in his own hands, and I can't blame him one bit. Talk about a tricky one, though. You may just have to hit down on this on the right side and kind of let the cue ball go a little bit, trying to get around the 6. Yeah, you can see the back of the cue elevated. Wants about a 3rd ball hit, maybe. Yeah, just take your chances. The corner's there, though, and he knew it.
Foul.
Oh, that stings.
Yeah, that's why you saw him kind of shake the head before he got down over the ball. And sometimes in this sport, a little more often than you want, you got to gamble, and it didn't work out for SVB there.
So for the second rack in succession, YAPP reels away from the table in disbelief and horror, and immediately he's back at the table with a chance to win it. He took the chance in the 19th. What about here?
Yeah, it may just be the circumstances, but I kind of feel like both guys all of a sudden have gotten a little nervy. I don't know if that's the case or not, but yeah, I'm kind of watching the cue ball immediately when it's coming off the rails, and probably just these guys wanting to win. Just a little high ball. Make sure you add, if you want, just a hair of right English. Stay away from the 8. I mean, do you want the lead in this match, Phil? I mean, you always want the lead, but the way things have gone.
Not his most fluent cue delivery, but it went in.
Yeah, he just wanted to stay clear of that side. Just take this angle, run the cue ball a couple rails, maybe a soft 3rd rail with a 9 in the lower left. Just coming 2. Oh. I'll tell you. That's shocking.
Extension called.
Cue ball with a little kiss. The 2's gonna, again, he's gonna have a look though, and that's half the battle. Tell you, it's gonna be a touchy safety though. Didn't quite get the spread he had been getting for the semifinal and a good portion of this final. And to me, this looks a bit touchy. 2's close to the rail, so kind of trying to come down behind the purple and the red. That, I don't think that's an option. Not easy to control the 2 hitting off the left side. Could take its chances trying to bank the 2 with some spin into the red 3 and kind of float 1 rail behind the pink. I think that's as good as anything. Maybe the 8-9 helps you as well. I've seen crazier things, but if he really doesn't like it, he might push out. I think going behind the pink's okay.
Extension called.
The main thing on this shot is don't lose the 2 into like the purple or something like that. Make sure the 2's going towards the 3 ball as you come across. You know, like that. At least you're not giving up the game. You know, if it hits it solid, the 2 hits the 3 solid, you got a nice snooker. Shane should go for this bank to the upper right. Time to make a big one. I guess he's putting them behind the purple. Great shot.
The safety met with a universal seal of approval. Well, top of the priority list was to make contact, but with the 2 in the open, Yapp going back to his chair, concerned.
And this first shot is really tricky. He goes around the 7. Does the pink really get in the way? Is he coming short side on the red? I thought maybe he could shoot it with a lot of right spin and come straight down the table off the top cushion. Yeah, he just couldn't beat hitting the brown, but at least, you know, didn't go at it to where something bad happened, created a miss or maybe a snooker. Could kill him behind that purple 5 again and banking the 3-up table if you're feeling good about it.
Well, the 7 ball was a big one in terms of an unwanted kiss. The 5 ball again proving a big one in terms of hiding behind it.
And I think he's got the jump cue. And he has certainly become one of the best in the world with this shorter cue in the left hand here. So good. I mean, it just makes so many of these, Phil. It's amazing.
We've seen so many great exponents of the jump cue this week. Fedor Gorst, Jesus Atencio. Lengthy list that includes, as you say, ALOYSIUS YAPP. A jump to a bank, and now the more conventional.
Yeah, this looks a hair tricky, though. There's a little distance, not a lot of angle. May have to kind of run through with the hair right. May just draw the ball. Uh-oh. Lucky not to get snookered there and just planted behind the 8 if he goes right into the 9.
So much pool played here over the last 6 days. 28 tables in operation at one point. And it all comes down to the next handful of racks.
Oh, he can see it. Watch out for the upper right corner. And not bad. He's going to probably maybe cut at this. I'm not sure, but Shane was just trying to get the most he could out of that. The 6 was way up table. He had to cut it quite a piece.
That will do.
He's a little going away from it, so it's all not really that natural. He would have, if it was going to have angle, he would have liked to have had a little bit more. Now he may have to elevate a hair to get to the short rail, then come 2 rails at the 8. And you can see the back end jacked up. Just kind of like, sometimes you get in that mode, you're just not going to miss balls no matter what, as long as you have it somewhat of a clean shot. I think Yapp and Shane both are at that moment, at that point.
Every pot a trial, an ordeal. But a man, if he was just a little off that 5 ball, I think he certainly takes on this jump on the 2, but we'll see what he's thinking with the jump cue possibly, but can't roll out to a jump shot. Shane will take it. Isn't it amazing when players get to the hill? There's always a hitch, it seems.
Yeah, I was saying if he's just a little, not quite as close to that purple 5, he certainly shoots this jump. He could push out behind the 9 if he's comfortable. That would be a spot to push out to that would offer a jump shot that Shane may get back. Now he's looking at the upper right corner. No, I'm not too in love with that, but he's very limited. You're limited options when the 2's near a pocket like this, so.
Don't be confused. That's not the winning 9 ball. It wouldn't be greeted with silence.
And he's put another ball there, though, to possibly snooker him with. Now, is Shane going behind the 3? Wow. This is gutsy. Really good.
Now that's what you call the hook.
Yeah, and if you're off your mark at all, you could possibly scratch on this shot, easily sell out. A lot of players would have elected to flick off the other side of the blue too, but Shane's still feeling pretty good.
Extension called.
With most hooks at this level, the player who lays the snooker hopes that his opponent will hit the ball and leave something on. Here, there's a genuine chance no contact will be made. In fact, there's a robust contact, but the 2 goes over the side.
right, Shane. That must mean that he's pretty straight here on the blue too. Gonna kind of shove this in, maybe. Not afraid to put some speed into the stroke. And does the 4 pass the 6? I guess it does. But how do you get there, Phil? I mean, phew, maybe 3 rails between the 5-7. That's the route I like. Unless he feels like he can dig on this and get past that, the side pocket. So he's going forward.
Extension called.
Notable this week that Van Boening on his cue hasn't been using the extension, but he uses one here of a different variety, of course. Needs time to settle down.
Yeah, missable ball. Just because the cue ball, he hit it sweet. He's going to get right by it. A lot going on with that shot. He captured it all.
He's at the point, Van Boening, where he knows his next mistake probably would be his last mistake. But you'd be foolish to write him off. Groans from the audience, disbelief, no doubt, from Van Boening. That's the kind of ball he very rarely misses.
Yeah, I really didn't. No one expected that. Simple swerve here.
That's a foul, no contact.
Wow. We could be talking about that when all is said and done. Jeremy
Foul, no
used
contact.
the term simple. It was for him, but nothing, I suppose, is simple at this stage.
Yeah, I wonder if he was thinking about, oh, let me get closer to the 6 off this rail first swerve, and maybe got into the ball a little much and didn't allow it to take the curve of the cue ball. Now, he was a lefty. It was a little odd stretch, that's for sure. Oh, big moments, though. Drama. I'm not sure the angle here, if he has to draw back and play the 8 in the same, or if he can stun over. Looks like he's got to draw back. Maybe a foot, maybe less. Oh, he could just stop.
The pace drained out of the cue ball a little. Just putting some doubt into our minds. Oh dear me, look at the balls, they're spread far and wide, and the cue ball found gravity.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I was watching the 1 ball mainly, and then I saw the cue ball. Yeah, the cue ball got an awful kiss. I guess you could say he maybe caught the 1 a little thin. It was, you know, half a diamond below the rack or so. But Mr. Consistency, excuse me, with ball in hand here to finish. It'd be hard to figure him make a mistake.
Well, ignoring the circumstance, this is connect the dots.
Yeah. Got to work the cue ball a little bit. The 7's a hair odd as well. 4 to the 5 is the most travel. And then back up for the 6. I kind of like just stopping there, really, myself, rather than going forward.
Extension called.
I wouldn't have wanted to burn an extension here, though. Not with the 7 a hair odd.
When the nerves are frayed, it pays not to overthink. Just try and play as naturally as possible.
Got into that a little bit, so it kind of hydraulic the hair and didn't gain the angle he wanted. He wanted another foot and a half of the cue ball. Oh, sweet stroke there, Phil. If that tells you anything about Mr. Yapp.
There is no substitute for good cueing.
Now he's burned his extension, so once they dress up on the 6 with no worries to get to the 7. Say decent. Didn't want any more angle, that's for sure. Oh, got into it nicely. He's going to be cueing over the 8 a little bit, but as far as angle-wise, he can naturally come out and not get too thin on the black 8.
And this is the biggest examination he will face.
Yeah.
Just a short drive from Disney World. The Carib Royale Resort is the happiest place.